me, shine the lights on me, shine the lights on me, shine the lights on me, bitch, shine the lights on me, 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 bitch.
What's up, everybody? We in the shop today, man. Main topic of the day is how to elevate, man. Myron, you personally, man, how do you feel like you should, the first steps to elevate yourself as a man?
As a man, I mean, I think time, everybody has personal experiences that they go through and what they learn from. So, I think for me, we've had conversations about knowing versus what we feel and feeling versus what we know,
For sure.
And we go against those, sayings a lot. And, sometimes we know something is good for us and then we feel like it's bad for us.
Mm.
And we make those decisions and sometimes shit just don't pan out the way we feel.
Right.
And sometimes that shit be damaged or it can be good, but we learn from it. Then we know how to come back and we know how to try it again, and now we know what we need to do. So, a lot of trial and error, just to make it short. A lot of trial and error because you gotta be a risk taker.
Most definitely.
And you gotta learn how to take risks and not be afraid. Scared money don't make money. That's another thing that I learned. So, what about yourself?
Shit, the bodybuilder in me tells you to pick up some fucking weight, but really, man, it's just conquering your fears. I feel like is the first step to elevating yourself. Like regardless, man, like whenever you're able to really just make yourself push past that fear, that's whenever you really start seeing yourself elevate in all kinds of areas. You'll find yourself in circumstances where you are afraid, and then you'll look back on those same situations and be like, damn, that shit really wasn't that bad. That just makes the next step easier and easier to conquer any goal that you really do have. For sure. What about you, Nappy?
Can you ask that question again?
So how do you feel like is the best way to elevate yourself?
Trial and error. For one, trial and error going forward. Risk taking many risks, planning, basically like putting a plan together and having a goal. You know what I'm saying? Like having a goal that it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's what I'm looking for as far as that goal. Okay, I don't got a brain freeze. It's a word I'm looking for when it comes to that goal. It's it gotta have a regard. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
It's gonna happen regardless.
Not even gonna happen regardless, but it's like damn, what the fuck? My brain just went free. I'm sorry, bro. My brain is free.
Oh, you straight?
Man.
You straight?
But it gotta happen. It basically gotta happen regardless. You know what I'm saying? But it's a word. You just set a goal and you just go for it. You just trial and error, man. And nothing can stop that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that you go for, it's not gonna work out the first time, the very first time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you gotta keep going after it. And some people try something and it don't work, and then they'll stop.
Right.
And then they'll try something else. You know what I'm saying? They continue to try something. I feel like if you got something, you just go after that until that shit happens. And it's gonna happen when you stay consistent. And no matter what obstacles or fear come in your way, you just gotta go for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Most definitely.
that was my definition of that.
I'm about to say, and I feel like a lot of people are afraid to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Is a big downfall to a lot of people, honestly.
Right.
And you hear a lot of other people talk as far as some of these billionaires, millionaires that have had a lot of success. They'll talk about their failures, and a lot of them had quite a bit of failure. But it's the effort to push past that failure,
Right.
keep going, is really the things that help them elevate. At least that's what it seems like from my end, for sure.
As far as the failures, you gotta fail your way to success. Right?
Most definitely.
You gotta fail many times. That's how you learn. When people say they're scared of failure, like a girl told me the other day, she was like, I'm so scared. She said, I'm so afraid of failing that I'm already failing. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way you're gonna learn is to do that shit and just keep doing it until you get that shit right and not giving up on it.
They stay comfortable where they at.
Right.
They're scared to do the things that they need to do, and they know what they need to do.
Right.
Right.
And like I just try to, when it comes to like having conversations like that with people, like now I try to suggest or I just try to just listen now. because they already have their mind made up on what they want to do.
Right.
You know, and they're gonna do what's best for them, and that's the easy way out. A lot of people don't want to work hard. You know,
some people don't even know what's best for them.
Right.
Real shit.
Right. I mean, have you come across that with a lot of people you work with? Have you come across a lot of people that's just, you know, like you try to install value, a good, strong work ethic, but they just don't see it in themselves?
90% of people that I come across,
honestly,
90%. Like, if it's not 90%, it's definitely a high percentage of people that I run across is like that. Like most of the world, I got a quote when I grab my phone. I got a quote that I want to say to y'all, but most of the world just go and just follow the flow of the world. They follow the trends. They follow what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to stand out. And that's why a lot of people don't succeed in life. You know what I'm saying? They go as far as everybody else go. If this is what everybody else is doing, this is what I'm going to do.
Right.
So I don't, because when you go against the norm and you go against what everybody else is going against, you're going to go into a lot of resistance. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go into a lot of heartache, a lot of lonely nights. Everything that you don't want to feel when you try to go against the grain, you're going to get there. You know what I'm saying? So a regular average person rather not go against it and just go with whatever the norm is. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to go with the norm of anything in life. And that's why my life is a lot harder than a lot of people. That's why I failed more than a lot of people and lost more than a lot of people. But I also accomplished things and won things and experienced things that the average person haven't experienced. But I also hurt and been through a lot more pain than the average person. But not just me, most entrepreneurs.
For sure.
For sure.
Do you feel like it's dangerous to go with the trend, you would say?
Yeah. I feel like, shit. Remember that saying when we was kids, I want to say, if they gonna jump off the bridge, you gonna jump off the bridge?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That shit, a lot of things that our moms and parents said to us when we was younger seemed like a cliche saying, but when you see it as you get older, that shit is true. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's painful as an entrepreneur.
It's lonely.
It's lonely.
Most definitely.
Mentally, it's lonely. Like a lot of people don't understand that. When you try to explain that to people, they be like, they think it's easy.
Right.
And, you know, it really is lonely at the top.
Most
you know what? You know why they think it's easy? They think it's easy because of people like us. And when we do it, like when a motherfucker see the finished result of something,
Right.
they look at the finished result. And they what they do is they try to critique what you did. You know what I'm saying? They critique what you did, but they're not understanding the nights that you cried, the nights that you went broke, the night that you lost, you know what I'm saying, your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your family, or the time that you miss with your kids, the time that you miss with your family. They don't see none of that shit. They just see the finished result and the resilience that you did as the entrepreneur.
Most
You don't
definitely.
have a passion for it. You know, I'm pretty sure you cook some chicken wings or something, somebody tried to copy and stuff, but you know what I'm saying, they fell short because of just, you know.
All the time, they copy your moves.
And
If you're not passionate about it, you're going to give up on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like everything that we're doing, in order for you to be a great barber that you are, bro, it's been times that you suck. You know what I'm saying? It's been times that you suck as a personal trainer. It's been times that I sucked as a goddamn chef.
Right.
And we could have stopped then, and somebody might have met you at that point in your life where you suck, and they judge you off of that, and not gave you enough time to be able to grow into the person, into the master that you are. You know what I'm saying? And some people go through that, and they might have an idea, and they might do that idea, and it sucked in the beginning. And everybody's opinion of that made them stop and doubt themselves. And I'm pretty sure all of us had those feelings before that another motherfucker made you doubt yourself. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to admit it or not. Because I'm very, very confident. But it's been times that I have doubted myself because of an opinion of somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. For sure. I mean, I feel like that's definitely a challenge of most entrepreneurs, honestly, especially like stepping into the game. If you don't have like any kind of like mentorship, any kind of guidance, that kind of thing, it's the whole world's open. You know what I'm saying? There's no fucking, study guide, really. It's just like, go, fucking do it.
I don't know, like the world is open, but are you willing to be open to the world?
Exactly. Real shit, though.
I don't give a how many books you read. Reading books is give you the knowledge and give you insight on things, but as being an entrepreneur, it's no really blueprint or path to do this.
Hell no.
Because as an entrepreneur, as an innovator, and as an originator and original, you're going where the path is unpaved. You know what I'm saying? So how can you possibly learn from somebody to do that? Because you never know what's going to happen. Like when I asked Marvin earlier today, I was like, "You ready for the next level?" He's like, "What is the next level?" What you want the next level to be? I don't know. I never been to the next level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've been to those levels. You know what I'm saying? But the next level that I'm trying to go, I never been there. So it's scary. You know?
Right. Most definitely.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, but shit, man. Like, I love it.
Most definitely.
I love the pressure.
Right.
You know, sometimes for me, when I'm doing something new, I get a little anxiety from it because it's the
If you don't get anxiety, then your dream's not big enough.
Yeah,
That's
you know?
it.
So it's just like I just try to like, let me just jump into it and try it, and if it fails, then I know I can come back harder to fix that. I know what to do. So, man, shit.
I wrote this copy this quote last night.
I was just like, I wonder what he was doing. Like, hey,
So where the fuck he go?
you know? But
Nah, he about to drop a gem though. He about to drop a gem.
Okay, so this is one of them. This is not the one I wanted to say, but this is something that it resonates with me very, very well. Because me coming to Florida and just coming to the unknown, I feel these feelings, but it's like tactical stress is a strategy to throw yourself into the unknown and see what you are capable of. It forces education, skill acquisition, and the expansion of perspective. Do y'all get that mean?
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, do y'all understand what tactical stress is? It's basically what it's saying.
Right.
It's just throwing yourself into the unknown. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Me moving to Florida, not knowing what the fuck, not knowing nobody, not knowing what's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? That's tactical stress that you put yourself up under.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Going into something that you never know what's gonna happen with it. And that's one of the biggest stresses that we put on ourselves as an entrepreneur. Because like you said, we can stay in the norm, we can stay in the regular, we can do what we know, we can be comfortable what we have, a car, a crib, a family, or a job or whatever, and just stay in that and just know every day we wake up, we know what our routine is. Or we can go the hard route and not know what it is and create something different, and that's gonna take everything that's gonna come with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what tactical stress is.
Right.
I'm gonna find this quote.
Wolf, young wolf running amongst a bunch of, other wolves and coming out the leader in the pack.
Right.
Yeah.
And, I get it. I mean, crown is heavy though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand that either.
Crown is heavy. So I say the ability to focus your attention on a meaningful goal, holding that in the back of your mind as a distracted repellent, knowing exactly how to achieve it through prior experience, and refocusing on the choice in front of you is a superpower. So that's really going through something that you already been through, you already accomplished, you already did it before, and maybe failing at that time or not going as high as you could at that time, and going through that shit again and knowing what to expect and do that shit a lot better and a lot faster and a lot more precise this time, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's good as being an entrepreneur. Like the entrepreneurs that win and continue to grow in life are the ones that learn from their mistakes along the way, and they leave trails behind, like going through a forest and dropping Skittles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then going back that way. And that's what we do. And we go back and look like, damn, I went this path, now I know which way to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I created that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta leave little shit behind little trail along your way as an entrepreneur. Because you're gonna have to go back to the drawing board a few times with it. You're not always being innovative in everything you do. We're gonna innovate, but some things we know that work. Like Marvin do a fade, he did a fade 1,000,000 times. You're gonna know how to do that motherfucking fade 1,000,000 times. You know what I'm saying? When I cook a recipe,